In this video, we're going to explore the 10 most cursed decisions in the Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty expansion. From bad betrayals to moral bankruptcy, we've got it all covered into making RV the worst merc in Dogtown. I'm so glad I upgraded my PC before diving into Phantom Liberty so I could capture these cursed moments in high resolution. My old gaming laptop just wouldn't have been able to handle it, which is where today's sponsor comes into play. Jago.gg is a premier marketplace for buying and building gaming PCs, components, and accessories without breaking the bank. Jawa's mission is to be the community where great gaming gear is sold at reasonable prices between gamers. Researching and buying a new gaming PC can be confusing and expensive, but Jawa makes the process incredibly easy with a quick quiz to find out what type of PC you want, what games you play, and what frame rate you want to get. Then you'll be paired up with a curated list of verified sellers that can get your PC build started. And if you're looking to offset the cost of buying a new PC or accessory, Jawa also buys GPUs directly from customers, so you can easily offload your old GPU to help fund your new PC. Jawa also has an active community on Discord with over 8,000 members that you can connect with. You can ask questions, troubleshoot, or even participate in game nights, giveaways, and more as part of the Jawa community. If you want to skip the process of researching and acquiring separate parts to build your own PC, then let one of Jawa's verified sellers build your new gaming PC for you. Click on the link in the description to get started right now. Number 1. Betray Songbird during Firestarter. Songbird is our shady netrunner ally / all-around baddie who promises to help us get a cure for the biochip. During our encounter with Hasan and Songbird at the stadium, we have the opportunity to help Songbird escape or betray her to Reed. Despite what we know about Songbird from finishing this DLC, betraying her during Firestarter leads to some of the worst outcomes in the expansion. For starters, Alex will get killed by Hasan in the ensuing confrontation. While she is a minor character, I kinda liked her and wanted to see her get a nice retirement post away from Dogtown. Second, we'll have one of the most annoying boss fights in the game with Kurt Hansen as we escape the stadium. He has an incredibly annoying grab attack and knife throw attack, which triggers an unblockable animation that carves off 50 to 75% of our health. In some cases, it will also apply a debuff that prevents us from healing temporarily. Something about this fight just set me off, but we do get an iconic revolver after defeating Hasan, so it ain't all that bad. Songbird will escape our grasp and get captured by MaxTac. The next mission sees us ambushing a MaxTac convoy, which was pretty fun, and embarking on a survival horror mission against a Blackwall-controlled robot that can one-shot us if we're discovered. That one was not very fun. The only other silver linings for betraying Songbird is we can get the Blackwall Cyberdeck or SMG, which are really cool unique weapons. Plus, we later learned that Songbird was going to betray us anyway, so we get before we get got. But something about seeing Songbird in this pathetic state with no options left at the end just depresses me, man. Number 2. Kill Songbird. After betraying Songbird and neutralizing the Blackwall killer robot, we're faced with our final choice of the game in this path. We can either give Songbird over to Reed, or put Songbird out of her misery. Songbird is convinced that getting taken into NUSA custody is a fate worse than death, as she'll essentially be a puppet for Rosalind Myers, connecting to the Blackwall and slowly losing herself. And there's certainly some truth to this outcome. However, killing Songbird here ends all possibility that she'll ever have a second chance at a free life. It's possible that Myers will lose her grip on power. It's possible that Songbird could escape or get set free. There are a number of possible futures that don't involve Songbird getting consumed by the Blackwall, but if we kill her now, then none of these futures are possible. Both endings in the Songbird betrayal path are incredibly bleak, but I believe that killing Songbird is the worst ending to the DLC, not only for Songbird, but for Reed and V as well. Reed is extremely depressed that he couldn't save his former mentee and colleague, and for V's part, Myers denies us the cure and basically says the only reason we aren't being thrown into jail is because we saved Myers earlier on. In the end, we get a measly 5,000 eddies and a bad ending to the story for everyone involved. Number 3. Let Biotechnica take Nele Springer. During the gig Roads to Redemption, we meet up with Nele Springer, member of an eco-terrorist organization called Crimson Harvest.
Said you're a terrorist with a heart of gold.
For the love of... We're not terrorists.
While Nele agrees to the overall mission of the Crimson Harvest, she's become disillusioned with their means, which include attacks on corporations that result in civilian casualties. Nele hires V to thwart a Crimson Harvest plan to attack a Biotechnica facility in Europe. At the end of the mission, Nele will be confronted by Biotechnica agents who want to take her into custody for a previous Crimson Harvest attack she was involved in. The worst ending here, in my opinion, is just to throw Nele to the wolves, where she'll most likely die at the hands of the corpos.
For the record, got nothing to do with the Paris attack or any terrorist group. Not only that, but I happened to save a few of your pals in Berlin. Proof is on this. The Crimson Harvest was supposed to detonate a bomb in Biotechnica's HQ. I disarmed it. Can verify the bomb's signature and subnet parameters. It's all there.
They're gonna kill me, V!
She's telling the truth. Fine, you can go. Take Springer away.
Please don't do this!
Let's go. Move it!
No, wait. I gave her that shard. I planned this. Please!
The alternative ending for Nele also ends in tragedy, getting contacted by Nele after the quest, which leads to V getting ambushed. Reading between the lines, we suspect that Nele was tracked down and killed by Biotechnica, who then contacted us posing as Nele to ambush us as well. I guess there are really no happy endings in Dogtown. Number 4. Frame Yuri. Early in the Phantom Liberty DLC, you can meet Paco and Babs, two Barghest soldiers who got themselves into a bit of a pickle. You see, Paco stole some expensive generators from Kurt Hansen and sold them off to make a bit of money on the sly. But Hansen will inevitably kill Paco for stealing from him unless V intervenes to solve the problem. During Paco's retelling of events, we learn that Hansen's second in command, a Dolph Lundgren-looking mofo named Yuri, has been on the outs. So you can suggest that Paco frames Yuri for the theft to get himself out of trouble. If you go through with this, the plan backfires and Paco is discovered. You'll have to kill Yuri in a quick boss fight, and afterwards you'll find Paco's headless body hanging from the needle as a warning to all who would betray Hansen. Number 5. Kill Angie. During the side quest No Easy Way Out, V will help a boxer named Aaron escape from under the thumb of the Animals gang. You see, Aaron used to work a hustle with the gang where he would throw boxing matches in order to make money for the Animals. But now he wants out of that life completely so he can seriously pursue a career as a boxer. Only problem is he has a chip in his head that can basically make him go unconscious on command, and the Animals control the switch. V helps take Aaron to the Ripper dock that installed the chip, and after some convincing we can get the chip deactivated. However, while Aaron is still recovering, we get confronted by Angie of the Animals. At this point, we can either threaten Angie to leave Aaron alone, leave Aaron in her hands, or kill her. Killing Angie leads to the worst ending to the quest, not only because this chick is an absolute baddie, but because this seals Aaron's fate as well. A few days after the quest is completed, we'll get invited to meet Aaron at a bar. But instead of finding him inside, we'll discover his body in a pile of trash in the alleyway. Number 6. Sell out Hasan. During the gig Prototype in the Scraper, we'll embark on a job to retrieve experimental technology for the Zetatech Corporation. Only problem is that tech is installed in some bloke's head, so we gotta help him out of a scav haunt in order to retrieve the prototype and schematics. At the end of the quest, we're faced with a choice. If we hand Hasan over to Zetatech, he'll most certainly get killed because he stole their prototype. Alternatively, we can let Hasan go or arrange for Mr. Hands to get the prototype removed at a Ripper dock. The worst ending is to simply hand Hasan over to Zetatech, since it's such a needless way to get the dude killed. We can easily spare him and still complete the job, since Zetatech mainly cares about recovering the prototype. Number 7. Kill Reed and put Songbird on the space shuttle. Okay, some might feel that this is the good ending to the Phantom Liberty DLC, but I disagree. If we help Songbird escape during Firestarter, we'll have a follow-up mission to help her escape to an orbital space station near the moon. During the final train ride to the space shuttle, Songbird will reveal her betrayal. The cure she promised us is single use only, and she always intended to use the cure herself and leave us out to dry. At this point, we'll be confronted by Reed at the spaceport. Reed will not stand down no matter what, so our only options are to hand over Songbird or kill him. Killing Reed here is the worst ending. Compared to Songbird, Reed always did right by us. He's definitely a flawed individual who did a lot of bad shit, but Songbird outright betrayed us, while Reed follows through on his words to provide a cure, the only one which can actually save V. So it definitely feels shitty to kill him. On top of that, sending Songbird to a shady Ripperdoc facility in outer space seems like a fool's errand. Maybe they'll be able to save her life and give her a true chance at freedom, but maybe Reed is right when he says only death awaits her up there. She's in rough shape as it is, so I wouldn't be surprised if she just croaked on the space shuttle. In the end, helping Songbird escape also condemns V to death, since we lose our only true shot at a cure in Phantom Liberty. Number 8. Let Tool stay mind-broken. Dazed and Confused is one of the most bizarre and hilarious quests in the Phantom Liberty DLC. V gets hired to rescue a kidnapped BD star named Lena Molina, only to discover that the client is a guy named Tool. You see, Tool recently had an accident while viewing a Lena Molina brain dance, the headset short-circuited, and after Tool came back to reality, he was still convinced he was Lena Molina. The BD shop owner proposes a plan. Approach the real Lena Molina to shoot a BD with Tool to help the shop get above water on its profits.
Your looks, Fatso? Yours?
Bags, shoes, glasses, all custom made. Lena Molina is a registered trademark. You fucking copycat bitch!
After getting Lena on board for the shoot, there's a few ways to end the quest. We can snap Tool out of his daze by exposing him to a letter he wrote about Lena, or we can have Lena play into the role and leave Tool brain broken. The most hilarious but also worst ending is to let Tool stay convinced that he's Lena. I mean, the guy completely loses his personality and essentially gets exploited as a sideshow for other people to make money off of. It's clear the guy didn't have a great life beforehand, but something about this feels wrong. However, going along with the cursed ending provides the best rewards for V. You'll get Lena's iconic baseball bat as a reward, and if you choose the long-lost sister script, then Lena and Tool will get hired for more BD work in Night City. In this case, Lena will also provide you with a motorcycle as a gift, so this is the best ending from a reward standpoint. And all we have to do is throw Tool under the bus. But hey, maybe he'll be happier that way. Number 9. Betray Bree to Militech. During the quest, shot by both sides, we'll get hired by a journalist named Bree to help her break into a secret Militech research facility in Dogtown. In the 2060s, Militech was pursuing shady research to make contact with the Black Wall. At the end of the quest, Bree will get confronted by a Militech assassin named Dante, who plans to end Bree once and for all. If we don't intervene to save Bree, then Dante will put her down right there, right now.
How's it feel, cowboy? Pulling triggers for a corp?
Heard a lot of insults in my day. Try again if you want to surprise me. Not looking for gratitude. Just an easy night's sleep. If Bree printed this data, it'd set off a modern-day witch hunt. Who knows how many it'd hang.
But is this truly the worst ending to the quest? As it turns out, Bree's motives aren't entirely pure. She claims to want to get a big story on Militech to expose their shady research, but in actuality, she's just looking to score a payday. We can discover this if we read her conversation shard, where she cut a deal in exchange for info on the project. If we save Bree's life, we'll later be contacted by Mr. Hands, who informs us that Netwatch is pursuing a bounty on our head.
Briefly, V. Netwatch has dispatched a hunter. As the quarry, exercise caution.
See what?
Bree Whitney sold the Militech's data, then disappeared. Netwatch is now out to wipe anyone who came close to it. Occupational hazard. Take care of yourself, V.
Chick hazed me.
So there truly is no good side in this conflict. Dante is a shady dude who kills people for Militech, and Bree is not so clean herself. But I still think the best ending is to kill Dante, because at least we can loot his iconic pistol that way. We gotta score something nice for ourselves after all. Number 10. Let Bennett kill Jago. In the wake of Kurt Hansen's death, a power vacuum emerges in Bar Guest, with two of his underlings vying for power. Mr. Hands will hire us to pose as a Cuban hitwoman, stepping into the conflict to keep Havana's interests in line. In actuality, Hands wants us to stabilize the situation with Bar Guest, since a gang war will be bad for business. Jago has cut a deal with the Voodoo Boys, while Bennett is in the pocket of Arasaka. The worst ending to the quest is to allow Bennett to kill Jago at Hansen's funeral. Hands will be upset with this outcome and lower our reward. Bennett will rule Bar Guest with an iron fist with no one to check his excesses. A dark future for Dogtown indeed. So there you have it. The 10 worst decisions you can make in Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe to Big Dan Gaming for more Cyberpunk and RPG videos. I also recently made a Twitter account, so go follow me at Big Dan here. Big shout out to all the channel members for supporting my content. Until next time, this has been Big Dan. I should go.